My name is Kelly Nelson, and I am a graduate student at the University of Kentucky. I am doing a disability presentation for Dr. Leanne Young's class, IEC 509. The disability that I have chosen to talk about today is PKU, is what the abbreviation of it for is. It is called phenylketonuria, but is abbreviated PKU. And what PKU is, it's a very rare condition that babies are born with. Almost all states now do a newborn screening, a blood test, and that will allow parents to know whether their child does have PKU or not. In a normal person, there is a deficiency of the enzyme that breaks down the amino acid phenylalanine. In a normal person, this enzyme is converted to another amino acid that's used by the body. But with a person with PKU, the enzyme accumulates in the blood and then it's toxic to the brain tissue. But PKU is very treatable. It's treatable by diet. The diet needs to be very low in phenylalanine, particularly during childhood when the child is growing. And the diet must be strictly followed, and the child is taken back to the doctor very regularly for blood tests so they can test for the levels of the enzyme in their blood. And sometimes it takes a lot of going back and figuring out how much protein they can have in their diet, because protein is what that enzyme is, or the amino acid is found in the most. So they go back to the doctor very frequently and test so they can see how much and what changes need to be made in the diet. It used to be that people were told that after when they were grown, past the growing years, by the time they're an adult, they can stop the diet. But there has been more studies now that is saying that it is best to stay on the diet for life. Infants are put on a special formula as soon as the diagnosis is made, and then they have to limit or just completely eliminate milks, eggs, proteins, meats in their diet. Also, artificial sweetener such as NutraSweet also contains the amino acids, so they have to avoid those. Since they are taking so many of those items out of their diet, it is important for them to supplement, such as fish oil, to replace the fatty acids missing from their diet, and that can also help improve neurological development, including the fine motor skills. The doctor may also suggest supplements for iron and carotene. The doctor will monitor that. If the diet is followed and the child is treated, then usually there is no side effects and they develop normally. But if they do not follow the diet, then severe cognitive delays may occur. It would be predicted that if the diet is not followed, that the child will have severe mental retardation by the end of the first year of life. And children who do not stick to the low phenylalanine diet, they can have delayed mental and social skills. Their head size can be significantly smaller. There is high occurrences of ADHD. There could be jerking movements of the arms and legs, seizures, skin rash, tremors, unusual positioning of the hands, and then also because it affects the pigmentation, then in the body, then that child would have lighter hair and eye color than, say, the rest of the family or their siblings. And then also, due to the buildup of the phenylalanine in the body, their breath and skin and urine can have a musty odor. It is said that 1 in every 10,000 infants are diagnosed with PKU, and families need a great deal of support when their child is diagnosed with this. They, at the beginning, it's just the baby on the regular formula, but then as the child grows and becomes older, they are having to have a diet that is different from the rest of the family. Some families have chosen to just for all of them to go on that diet so as not to cause problems. And then once the child goes to birthday parties and goes to school, they have to have they have to stay on their special diet. And then it's also hard to go out to eat, and to find items that the child can eat, and also that they will eat. There is a PKUnetwork.org that has a lot of good family helpful information, especially financial help. The formula is very expensive, and doctor's bills and everything, and so they can offer financial help. There is another wonderful website that I found that was called cookforlove.org, and it is written it's a website written by two mothers who both have children with PKU, and they were determined that their children were not going to be affected by this diagnosis, and they have created recipes. One of them actually ended up going to culinary school to learn a vegetarian culinary school, so that she can make meals that are appealing to her child, and go ahead and will stick with the diet that is required. In reading that website, and those parents had said that it's very important to find other parents and other kids with PKU, and they can help each other and give recipe ideas and how you deal with certain situations when you have a child with PKU. Thank you very much.